The sun was high in the sky, burning everything below. The air was dry, making people feel thirsty. Across from a big mansion, an old woman sat under a small tree, watching the black iron gates as if waiting for someone. Her clothes were old, her wrapper tied tight around her thin waist. Her face had many wrinkles, her hands rough from age. She had been sitting there for hours, just as she had done every day for the past 3 years. No one knew where she came from, and no one asked anymore. She was just there, part of the street, like the beggars at the market or the people selling nuts by the road. The guards at the gate had seen her so many times, they no longer paid attention to her. At first, they tried to chase her away. They yelled at her, poured water on her, even said they would call the police. But she never fought back. She just picked up her small bag, moved a few steps away, and sat down again. Over time, they grew tired. She was not hurting anyone, and she never asked for food or money. She just sat there, waiting. A young maid, Amara, stepped out of the gate with a small bag of trash. As she walked to the bin, she looked at the old woman and sighed. It was hard not to feel sorry for her. She looked so weak, so tired, yet she never left. "Mama, why do you sit here every day?" Amara asked. The old woman looked up slowly. Her eyes were dull, but held something deep, something sad. "I am waiting," she simply said. Amara frowned. Waiting for who? The old woman smiled, but said nothing. She only looked back at the gate. Amara sighed and shook her head. She reached into her pocket and pulled out a small loaf of bread. "Here, Mama, eat something." She placed the bread beside the woman and hurried back inside before the headmaid caught her talking to a stranger. Inside the mansion, life went on as usual. The yard was large, with pretty flowers and neat grass. Fancy cars lined the driveway, and the house itself was the kind only seen in magazines. It belonged to Chief Oluwaseun Adeyemi, a very rich businessman, feared and respected by many. At that time, Chief Adeyemi was in his 30s, looking through some business papers. He was a tall man with broad shoulders and sharp eyes. Everything about him showed power. He had worked hard for his success and had no time for distractions. "Sir, the board meeting is set for 3 o'clock, his assistant, Mr. Dio, told him. Adeyemi nodded without looking up. "Make sure everything is ready. I don't want any mistakes." "Yes, sir." Just then, the head guard Hakim came into the office and paused before speaking. "Oga, that old woman is outside again." Adeyemi's pen stopped for a moment, but he did not look up. "What old woman?" "The one who sits by the gate every day. She has been there since morning again."